So in our last video, we got to finally see some of the payoff. We saw this fight between Zerglings and Marines, just a handful of each, nothing huge in scale. And when we watched that battle, which we're about to do again, we saw that this usually goes a little bit in favor of the Zerglings. It depends kind of each time we run it, but generally speaking, the Zerglings were a little bit favored. Now, in an actual game of StarCraft, the players don't sort of issue these commands like, hey, go over there and fight, and then, take their hands off the keyboard and just hope for the best. Usually, they're going to be issuing commands saying, move here, attack there, move, and trying to eke the most advantage out of the units that they've been able to put in play that they're possibly able to do. Now, what are some ways they could do that, right? It seems kind of odd, right? There's these commands like attack. Why don't they do the optimal thing? Well, it's very situational, right? So we can look at this case, which is intentionally simplified to illustrate this point. The Zerglings we talked about before are melee units. They only attack when they are toe-to-toe with the Marines. The Marines, on the other hand, have a range that extends to about here or so. Now, what that enables them to do is this kind of hit-and-run tactic where we say, okay, Marines, go attack right there. And then we wait for them to fire. And then we say, okay, no, run away, run away. And then we go, okay, now attack again. Okay, now run away. And it looks really kind of silly. You're going to see me clicking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm going to be moving the screen around, trying to do this dance of running away from the Zerglings. It happens really quickly. It'll probably remind you a little bit of that previous video where we were doing production. We had those 4 barrack structures, and I was having to do all this really fast clicking, right, to keep all of those structures producing and make sure all the timers were being managed. It's very much like that. It's hectic in that exact same way. But in this case, rather than trying to produce a large army, we're trying to use our army. So let's kind of look at it. I'll do it a couple times so that you're able to get a feel for it. So we're going to say attack, and then as soon as we see them fire, we're going to run away. Run away, attack, run away, attack, run away, attack. And we see all 4 of the Marines live when I do that. Now, obviously, this is very intensive, and it takes a lot of skill, me aiming my mouse, and me constantly saying, hey, go do this, go do that. Let's watch it one more time, because I know it's a little bit overwhelming, it's a little bit fast. So we say attack, run away, attack, run away, attack, run away. And there's kind of a cadence to it, right? The rate of fire on the weapons for the Marines is what I'm timing that cadence to when I say attack, run away, because they don't constantly attack. They perform an attack, then there's a little delay, then there's an attack, and a little delay. So I'm trying to have them running away, creating distance, while I'm waiting for their timer for the attack to come back up. This is a way that I'm able to garner a further advantage from the units that I've produced than if I just kind of did the naive, hey, go fight, and then we just sort of, I don't know, hope for the best, right? And I'm watching my people die, right? Here, they still win, but we lost a guy, right? That's not ideal. So this is just another of the ways that players are able to differentiate, and it's through micromanagement, or you may hear it referred to as micro.